Before I'm going to answer the question, what's the difference in predicting climate change or the weather, let's move to the German Premier League in football. So I'm asking you to think about whether you could make a prediction of who is going to win the game on the coming Saturday. And in order to make that prediction, you are likely to consider how these two teams played over the last weeks. And you will also relatively soon know whether your prediction was right or not. Then, on the other hand, if I'm going to ask you who is going to win the championship in 30 years from now, you're very likely to back off. The relation between soccer and my research is that if we're looking on the one hand on the coming game on Saturday, and the other hand on the next 30 years, then moving away from soccer, I would describe the weather forecast for next Saturday or for tomorrow similarly to the prediction of Saturday's game in the Premier League. Also, I would describe the prediction you are likely to make for who's going to win the championship in 30 years from now to how to predict climate change. If we would like to make a good weather prediction or a forecast for tomorrow's weather, we need to have a good description of what today's weather is like. So we need to take into account all these information about today or the recent past. If, on the other hand, we're trying to make a projection of what the climate is going to be in 30 years, we do not need a specific description of what the weather is like today, but we need a description of what the overall balances are. If we're going back to the analogy with the football, you might very well be able to imagine how well we ever might be able to predict the climate change in the future. Because we can make certain statements about how the climate is changing in the future, but an accurate prediction of who is going to win which match in 30 years from now, with players where some of them might not even be born, is absolutely impossible. So we face the same problems in climate prediction, where we can make certain statements about how the climate is changing, but what that means for a specific region, or what that means for a particular year or even for a particular time, that is impossible.